Tupac is one of the most influential rappers of all time. He has sold over 75 million copies worldwide. He has known to touch a magnitude of different communities and have a beautiful influence on those communities. And he is also known as one of the best writers in hip hop history. So guys, welcome into the episode. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite Tupac song is, because today we're going to be talking about how Tupac's influence has gotten into 2021. We've seen a lot of different rappers pay homage. We've seen a lot of people write bars about it. But Lou, take us through the facts and take us through the episode.
Yeah, so it's been 25 years now since we got his classic album, All Eyez On Me, and we're seeing that he's influencing rappers in 2021, 25 years later, which is completely amazing to me. And we most recently saw it on NLE Choppa's new music video for his song, Picture Me Grapin, which actually uses the same instrumental as Picture Me Rollin, which is the biggest inspiration for the song. And not only does he use the same instrumental, but he also uses the same flow for his hook on the song. And what's interesting too is that he recreates scenes from music videos and popular iconic Tupac photo shoots in that music video.
Yeah, it's super cool because that whole aesthetic is sort of played out and you could sort of get that vintage 90s Tupac vibe through the whole video. And I like it because it also stands for something deeper, and it's that, we all know how NLE Choppa has completely changed his persona. He's way more spiritual, he's way more open-minded, he's very to himself, and he has mentioned on multiple occasions that, Tupac is one of his biggest inspirations. And I feel that through this visual and through this song because, he's talking about, just being with himself and like trying to get to this higher power. And I feel as if that's also the sort of message that Tupac was trying to promote in the 1990s. He was a forward thinker. He was someone that was always trying to, push that narrative. So Lou, talk about the facts, man, and, tell us a bit more about how Tupac has gotten his message into 2021.
Yeah, so Annalee Chapa actually teamed up with Carl Canny, who is a fashion designer, to recreate these images, including, having NLE in the Thug Life overalls. Not only that, but also recreating that iconic photo shoot. Well, not photo shoot, but photo of when Tupac was leaving court wearing that Detroit Red Wings jersey and kind of was spitting on the paparazzi. Annalee Choppa recreated that. And I just love the overall energy of that music video. And it shows to me that, NLE Choppa is only 18 years old. That means that when he was born, Tupac had already passed away. So that just goes to show that Tupac's influence has transcended generations.
Absolutely. And if, he's not the only one from the new school that has been influenced recently. I mean, if you look at Polo G's Wishing for a Hero, I mean, it uses the same thing from, I think, what was it from? I think it was from Changes. Yeah, it was the instrumental from Changes. And that song absolutely exploded.
It's Polo G's best song, and I think that Tupac actually inspired him to go into a more of a conscious lane, because they're also rapping about similar content matter. If you look at Wishing for a Hero and Changes, they're both discussing police brutality and just the oppression of African Americans, throughout the history of time.
And they also were both released in pretty low points within the community, and where, people were advocating for that narrative and was, people were pushing the agenda. Hey, listen, like, things need to change. And these big figures with that sort of exposure, they come into this whole conversation and they just absolutely exploded. And at a certain point, it is their duty, right? I mean, like, if you're not promoting these types of beautiful messages in an efficient way, let's say, like they are, I mean, what do we really have to hip hop? I mean, it's the whole roots thing, right?
Yeah, and the other thing too is that Tupac has influenced, some of this generation's legends, including J.Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Eminem. And speaking of Eminem, he actually went on to say that Tupac is the best songwriter of all time of any genre. And he also said that Tupac was the first artist that really made him, dive deep into his thoughts and think of creative concepts in terms of creating music with more lyrical content that, relate more to a storytelling vibe.
Absolutely. And he's also called him probably the best writer of all time in any genre. Also, we know the whole situation with Kendrick is that Kendrick was the sort of second coming to Tupac's message, and he wanted to spread it and keep prospering it through the West Coast, and he completely carried the West Coast after let's say 10 years of not having anyone, let's say, be as prominent as Tupac was, right? And there was the whole story of Kendrick, when he was younger, in his dreams, Tupac came to him and said, listen, you have to carry this torch and you have to be the one that saves hip hop. And that's always been sort of Kendrick's story. So, I mean, we could start to see the types of careers that he's birthed and the types of stuff that he's done. Not only that, but I mean, Tupac's commercial success in hip hop was unheard of like that. I mean, Tupac has sold 75 million records worldwide. I mean, that's not an easy feat when your career got clipped so short. And the types of business models that Tupac and the whole Death Row Records camp were bringing into hip hop were absolutely groundbreaking. I mean, they were making money from any sort of angle, and I guarantee you that you do not see a lot of record labels now without that whole movement. So it's very interesting to see.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that Tupac is undebatably the most influential rap figure of all time, just because he was a symbol for resistance. His lyrics always hit home, and he had so much versatility. And I think that he had the best delivery out of any other artist. So it's amazing to see his influence in 2021.
Oh, I absolutely got to agree with you. I think that he's on a different level. He was a forward thinker, and he was someone that was planting seeds of ideology within hip hop, pushing the narrative and pushing the genre. So guys, if you like content like this, subscribe please. And we're really trying to push this narrative for connecting the world to hip hop, trying to give you guys the facts and the daily content. We're doing this on the daily, by the way, so you guys could go check out the rest of our videos. But Lou, it's been absolutely amazing speaking here. I'll catch you guys in the next one.